If you thought wheels, tires, and suspension was all that you needed for the perfect wheel fitment, you're mostly correct. Functionally, that's all you need. Close up that wheel gap and ensure that there's no rubbing during suspension travel. But let's face it, when you dial in the perfect wheel fitment, you're going to be looking at your car more often. And having dirty calipers here is going to ruin the look that you worked so hard to get. Good thing for us, we can easily address this with just a small amount of ceramic coat. To start us off, we'll be applying P&S's Brake Buster with a detail brush in order to get in all the tight corners. The main purpose here is to get off the first layer of dirt and agitate the more stubborn areas. Once we rinse this off, you'll see why we need to do this step and the following one twice. During the second application, we'll introduce a wash mitt to ensure full coverage. And this should be a mitt that's dedicated for your wheels and tires. We don't want to use this mitt for the body of the car once it has been used in this area. By now, all the dirt that was stuck onto the caliper should be gone, but if there's still some dirty water coming out from the inside, that's fine, because we're going to move on to the strip wash. This should be a shampoo with no waxes or sealants. When we apply the ceramic coat, we want it to bond directly to the clear coat of the calipers for maximum longevity. Now, unless you completely remove the caliper, it might be challenging to clean the entire area, but by the second strip wash, we should have most of it cleaned, especially the area that we can see from behind the wheel. If the soap foam in front of the caliper remains white, and the water from the rinse starts to look clear, we can move on to the iron remover step. Otherwise, go over it one more time with the strip wash. The iron remover step should be applied once unless everything turns purple from the very beginning. In that case, rinse it off and spray again, as it will double as our clay lubricant. The color change to purple is normal and means that the iron remover is doing its job. Just don't let it dry on like that. If you want this to have a car show finish, you can add a polishing step after this one. But for a daily, this is more than enough, as it'll be hiding behind the wheel and shadow of the wheel well. As soon as you've clayed the area, rinse it all off and use a microfiber towel or two to dry the caliper. Right before we apply the ceramic coat, we need to apply the IPA prep spray. This will act as a bond promoter, ensuring the coating sticks onto the caliper. Also double check that your towel is clean after doing this step to ensure the calipers are ready. In your box, you should get a plastic card, the ceramic coat in a glass bottle, a microfiber towel, a foam block with a hard and soft side, a pair of gloves, 3 micro suede applicators, and stickers. Rather than using the included applicator and micro suedes, we'll be using a polishing pad instead. Give it a good shake, and this is also the same polishing pad that we used with our wheels to cover those tighter areas. It can be challenging to attempt the recommended crosshatch pattern, but do your best to cover the entire area in whatever way you can get to it. Just start with a little less than you think you need, as the solution tends to leak out from the applicator pad. If it starts to run dry, you can always add more. The polishing pad should be pliable enough to work through any sharp corners or obstacles like the bleed screw. Once the caliper has been evenly covered, you can wait for it to haze over. However, I didn't witness a haze, so I just buffed it out with the included microfiber towel after 5 minutes. When applying the second coat, wait at least 1 hour. To prevent scratches, use a different microfiber cloth too, as the old coating may have crystallized on the previous towel, so you'll want to toss it out along with this one once you're done. Then you can enjoy 2 to 5 years of clean, protected calipers. However, I would let this sit overnight before going for a drive to knock off the surface rust. But once you do, you'll appreciate your car and wheel fitment so much more. And to see how we dialed in the perfect wheel fitment, check out this video, and I'll see you in that one.